For each person and for each couple, there are their own boundaries and limits, going beyond which means cheating. For some, innocent flirting is already beyond the pale. For others, physical intimacy. For others, spiritual contact with someone outside of marriage. It all depends on agreements with yourself and with each other. But talking is a difficult path. It seems to me that many people are not ready or cannot explain their feelings, emotions, and even thoughts. I was 18 years old when I met my future husband. He was 23 years old. We drifted with the flow of the relationship. We didn't talk about who wanted what and how, who saw the development of the relationship, and what direction they planned to move in. We met for 2 years and broke up because he had an affair at work. We lived on our own for 6 months, but suddenly he showed up and proposed to me. I, who was brought up in the Orthodox traditions, of course, accepted the offer. I had a strong belief that a man should be alone, and for life, the only one. That affair at work faded into the background, but it still hurt me from time to time. For the next 2 years, we had a more or less calm relationship, without roller coasters and emotional swings. I think it was because I put on the mask of a humble and patient, accepting wife. And then everything changed. Every few months we had quarrels, almost to the point of divorce. He would noisily leave, and I would cry softly. Now, at the age of 37, I understand that he needed to legalize his short-term hobbies. Thus, he dropped out of the relationship for the same 3 to 6 months, then returned with flowers, gifts, tears, remorse, and words about the realization that he could not live and breathe without me. Of course, I didn't even realize that he was in a relationship with someone during those periods. I thought we were just getting used to it. We need to grow out of this period and grow up. In one such free summer, I also had 2 short affairs. Both young men were wonderful and caring, but I was already used to the roller coaster. Is it possible not to get on my nerves, not to devalue, not to tell me what to do, say, and where? Then he would come back again and arrange a honeymoon for me. During one of these periods, my husband got me pregnant. I was 24. We were both happy. He stopped lingering and disappearing somewhere. He was always there, became sensitive, caring, and attentive. So all my dreams came true at once, and we began to live soul to soul. We have a long-awaited, beloved son. He is the best dad in the world and the best husband. But it didn't last that long. One day, my friends, their children, and our son and I had brunch at a restaurant, and we had fun talking, making plans, and dreaming of traveling and a cloudless life. Then my phone vibrated. I received a message from an unknown number. There was a whole sheet of text with a confession from a girl who said that even though we didn't know each other, we had something in common. Namely, my husband. They wrote that they had been in a relationship for many years. Only for the last 3 years he had avoided this relationship. But from time to time he appeared in her life. According to her, now he has decided to finally break up with her. And it hurts her so much that she wants to send him farewell greetings through me. To say that the ground has gone out from under my feet is an understatement. I pulled myself together, waited for the meeting with friends to end. We arrived home. I put my son to bed and started a conversation. The only thing he said, "I'm happy that you finally know everything." It killed me. I wanted it to be untrue, so that he could convince me that it was the ravings of a mad woman and he had never cheated on me with anyone. But alas, it was not so. Then he told me a lot more details than I wanted to know. I decided not to get a divorce. I felt sorry for my son, for myself, and for so many years of relationships. I also wondered who needed me at the age of 27 with a 3-year-old in my arms. I was desperate. Then I had the most absurd thought possible. I need to have another child, and everything will be fine. I got pregnant the same September. The pregnancy was difficult, but my husband was there, carrying me in his arms, giving me gifts, flowers, and attention. Meanwhile, I cried whenever he stayed somewhere, suspected him at every turn, and tested my already unstable nervous system for strength. At the end of May, we have a beautiful, healthy, and charming daughter. It seemed to me that we had not a house, but a full bowl, not a family, but a model of harmony. When the youngest daughter was 7 years old, it had been 7 years since that day. At first, I suffered and cried for a long time. I was left alone with 2 children without work and maintenance. We lived at the upper middle class level. I didn't think about work and earnings at all. Do you know what's happening to me now? I am completely and irrevocably happy. After the divorce, I was in several relationships. The main thing I realized was that I had grown self-reliance. I've learned to trust myself and my feelings. I will never let anyone hurt me. I have gone through an interesting path of inner growth and development, and I wish every girl and woman to go through it first, and then enter into a relationship. I wish everyone to sort themselves out first, to understand where your boundaries are, what is unacceptable for you, and what can be negotiated. And most importantly, first learn to talk to yourself, and then to your partner. And remember that no one person can read another person's mind. Being married, I tried to talk, tried to understand, tried to reanimate our feelings and passion. But it doesn't work unilaterally. Now I think that a partnership can only be entered into by a mentally mature person with the same mentally mature person.